Because I'm just going to be in the moment. If I cry here, then I cry here. But I'm not going to put a note here, cries here. It's just stupid. I see so many actors doing that stuff, and it's like, dude, you can't predict this stuff.
That's good.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian Terry Snell, actor, filmmaker, and lucky for you, I will be your host today. So I have an interesting topic today, and it's actually going to be things that you should not do as an actor. I mean, there's plenty of things that you shouldn't do, obviously, but I'm actually going to break down the 4 top things that I've seen and the 4 top things that I've done, and these are things that I've had to correct, and it's something that I think people should be paying attention to, because I guarantee you at the end of this video, these takeaways will help you become a better actor. I would actually say these 4 things are what separate good actors from great actors. So we're always being told, hey, you should do this. Hey, do that. Oh, do more of this or do more of that. So I think today's video will actually help you kind of get a better understanding of things that you shouldn't do because you might be doing them or being told to do them, and it's not right. And honestly, this is for actors that are just starting out or actors that have been in the game for like 10 years. It doesn't matter. These are 4 things that you should really pay attention to and ask yourself, okay, am I doing some of these? And then the tips that I give today will actually help you stop doing them. And I think it's super important. Please pay attention to this. I'm telling you, it'll change the game for you. And again, these are things that I've experienced. It's things that I'm still doing to this day. But actually, me talking to you guys, it actually helps me remind myself, okay, these are things that you need to be paying attention to as well when you're on set or when you're auditioning. They're just very important keys, and I think both of us should be remembering that. You, the viewer, and me, the actor, as well. And honestly, by the end of this video, you should be able to ask yourself, do I fully understand what was being said? Do I get it?
Do you understand me? Comprende?
And am I doing some of these things? You know, because then you can kind of fix it. And if you are doing some of these things, then you can obviously evaluate and remember these, you know. Keep them in the back of your head. So every time you're auditioning, every time you're on set, you can remember these 4 tips and kind of learn how to relax in the moment, you know. Without further ado, today we are discussing the 4 things actors should not be doing. Stop doing them. Pay attention. You will learn something from this, I promise you. There's good takeaways. Okay, so the first thing that I wrote down is overthinking. That is the number 1 thing that we have to stop doing. I feel like actors overthink because obviously it's a confusing game. I will admit that. Everything's very confusing. There's no blueprint for anything. So let's just get that out in the air. There's no blueprint for this. Your path is going to be your path. You cannot mimic anybody's path. It's not going to work. Trust me. You got to figure it out on your own and just create that path. And honestly, once you create that path, you can bring people down it. But for you yourself, you gotta find your way. And overthinking. I feel like actors overthink because they want to look busy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's my thought. And people might not agree with that, but actors always want to feel like they've done so much work and they've done all the research and they've done, and I'm not saying don't do any of that, but I think a lot of times we just go really like overboard with it, and a lot of it is unnecessary. And again, people might disagree with this, but this is just my personal opinion from my experiences and from my acting coach as well. This is something that we talk about all the time, actually. Overthinking could be as small as the character, okay? I see so many actors, they look at the character and the description. John, male, 50 to 60 years old bartender, okay? And the line says, hey, how you guys doing? I've literally seen actors try to break the character down and figure out where his grandmother went to college, how much his paycheck was on July 5th, what color shoes he bought in 1987, what part of Germany he came from, why he got a divorce 6 times. I mean, I'll be honest with you, those details don't matter. They're not gonna help you live in the moment and be honest. I'm sorry, but it's just not. You're either going to go on set and you're going to be honest, you're going to relax, you're going to commit, or you're not going to do it. I think the key is, and this is my key, this is a game changer, relaxation, commitment, and confidence. If you can master those three, and honestly, okay, you don't even have to master it, but if you can just tap into those three things and start getting comfortable with them, learning how to relax on set, really just relaxing, not worried about what people are saying or what people are doing around you or who's looking at you. A key word is vulnerability. If you can be vulnerable and just be relaxed in the moment, I think that is more important. It's great to understand the character and know, maybe where he comes from and all this stuff, but we don't need to overthink it, is what I'm trying to say. I just see so many actors going overboard with character breakdowns and script breakdowns and all this stuff. They got 20 pages full of letters and notebooks and writing all these details down and stuff, and it's like, when you get to set, you got to forget all this anyway. What are you doing? Just make it simpler for yourself. As an actor, I know we want to do so much and we want to act like we're so busy and we're putting all this work in, but there's an efficient way to put the work in, and overthinking is not the way. So, scale back. Don't overthink it. Even when you're auditioning, even when you get to set, when you're breaking your script down and you're breaking your characters down, try to simplify things. The more you overthink it, it just really clouds what's really supposed to be happening. And I also think a lot of actors overthink things because it just can't be that simple, right? But it can be. It honestly can be. If you're on set and you're in a scene, if you can just commit to your scene partner, be relaxed, be in the moment, and be honest, you don't need all the distractions of the overthinking. You just need this right here. You need the connection. And obviously you need to be prepared, right? That's something that I'm going to go over soon. Stop trying to wing everything. You got to be prepared. Like I said, if you're on set and you're in a scene, the more you start trying to overthink and overcomplicate and do more, it's really going to ruin everything that's happening. When you actually let go of everything and stop trying to think about things and just be there, that's when you'll find the most success in your scene. And obviously overthinking can be a million different things, a million different variables, but I'm just trying to give some examples on like characters and while you're on set and stuff like that, just try to make it easier for you guys to understand, especially those of you that are just starting out and you don't really have much experience being on set or breaking scripts down. You as well, though, will still need to know that overthinking can happen, and it's kind of ruining the process. So don't do it. And when you think you're kind of overthinking, you probably are. My rule of thumb is when you get your script, if you have it memorized, you know your character, you know the other character, you know what you're doing, and you know why you're doing it, you don't really need to go so overboard with this. And I mean, me personally, when I get a script, I might make a note or two on the side or some notes like throughout the thing, but I'm not covering my whole paper with notes and what I think is going to happen on this scene and, oh, she's sad on this scene here, and I'm not doing all that because I'm just going to be in the moment. If I cry here, then I cry here, but I'm not going to put a note here, cries here. It's just stupid. I see so many actors doing that stuff, and it's like, dude, you can't predict this stuff. I mean, a good note for me to put is like a pivot point. So a note that I would write on my script is where something happens and the emotion might change. So I might go from happy and then something might happen and I might get pissed off or whatever. So I'm going to look for the pivot point, but I'm not going to start trying to predict things and break down my character on my script and all this stuff. I'm not doing all that. I'm the character. Whatever they say is happening, that's what I'll play it to. And that's as simple as it gets. I don't need to know this guy's fifth cousin who lives in Louisiana and what kind of car she drives and stuff. I don't need to know all that. I don't need to know what high school my character went. None of that matters. It's not going to help me be honest. It's as simple as that. And one more thing that I wanted to mention again was the vulnerability part. I've really learned that while I'm on set, especially when I'm in a scene that's very emotionally driven, might make you feel very uncomfortable or embarrassed or just a very tough scene, let's say it's just a very tough scene in general to do, I've gotten to the point where I'm able to black out everything. So I'm not looking at who's watching me, or if the neighbors came out down the road and we're filming outside and they're watching me. I would rather look like a phenomenal actor and not worry about what they're thinking and seeing than paying attention to what they're thinking and seeing and look like a bad actor. That's just me. I think if people are watching me and stuff and I'm doing a good job, I think it's more impressive to them. I don't think they're going to judge me, if that makes sense. It didn't used to be that way. I used to be so worried about what people were seeing and what they thought about it and stuff, and that will hinder your performance, honestly. And that's what overthinking is. That's what it does. But like I said, as soon as I got in that mindset, when I knew people were watching me and stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm going to nail the hell out of this scene. I'm going to do what I need to do here, be honest, be relaxed, and live in that moment and make them feel it. Because I'm telling you, if you can just be honest and be relaxed and commit to it with confidence, the people that are watching you, they're going to be like this. Damn. They're going to be invested. And when the scene is over with, you think they're going to be like, oh, that was weird, or what was he doing on the ground saving that kid's life? This is all fake, or whatever it is. That's what I used to think. No, they're going to be invested. They're going to be like, damn, like, I believe that. You know, like, you're a great actor or whatever. I would rather have that. And I always had to remind myself, stop worrying about who's watching you or what these people think. It's just not worth it. But that's where the overthinking comes in. And I'm so glad that I'm able to talk about it now, because it kind of controlled my acting for like a really long time. Because the ego and pride, when you get rid of your ego, you get rid of your pride, and you can become vulnerable and not worry about anything but this connection right here. Game changer. Change your whole career. I'm telling you. It's just so important, honestly. That's why overthinking is my top number one thing that actors have to stop doing. And it's a thing that you have to practice. You got to really, it comes with experience, I'll be honest with you. It's not like I have 10, 20 years of experience or anything, but I have enough experience and enough knowledge to know that I'm overcoming that hurdle, because I know where I was and I know where I am now. So use that. Use everything that I just told you to get yourself in a mindset where none of this matters, and it's the connection that's in front of you and the people in the scene with you and your environment in the scene. Okay, the next thing that I see a lot of actors do, and I did it myself, is trying to play every part. Why is this something that you should not do? Let me explain. When I look at myself, I have a type, right? So I have tattoos, little biceps. I have a pretty decent physique that could go for like security guard or bodyguard or whatever. And, you know, the shaved head, maybe I have a beard or whatever. So I have like a certain look. Could be thug. I could shave this and it could be like detective in a suit. I know my looks and I know my style of acting, so I put those together. I'm not really out here trying to book like scientist roles. I mean, could I? Maybe, but it's not really like my lane, so to say. So to sum all that up, it's kind of like find your lane. I see a lot of actors that I do headshots for, and they want looks that are like total opposite. I see them in this one, but then when we shoot this one, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't see it. And I've casted films before, so when I look at the headshot or I look at the look that they're going for, I just wouldn't cast it. You know, even if the acting was great, it's just so, it's not their lane. And this may be something that a lot of people disagree with as well, but I don't care. We just don't need to try to look every single part. Nail your lane and nail your looks and run with that. So if you're only booking police officer in every single show, that's okay. People are like, oh, I don't want to be stereotyped and pigeonholed. I'd rather be that than nothing. So again, don't try to play every single role. I know some actors, you know, use method acting and they play this role way over here, but then they'll come back and play this role over here. I mean, if that's your style and you can do it, great, go for it. But I guess this is more to my actors that are like kind of just starting out. Find your lane. You don't got to play every single character in every single role, because I'm telling you, some of them are not for you. Now, here is another very important thing that actors should stop doing. And that is bringing your ego and pride into your career and on set. And this is something that I had a problem with. I'm gonna be very honest right now, and you guys are gonna hear it firsthand. When I first got into acting, I swore that my looks were gonna make it super easy for me. My looks were gonna get me in the door, people were gonna discover me, and I had all these things that were gonna happen. Nope. Nope, not gonna happen. And honestly, if it did happen, I'd be pretty disappointed because what's the point? But I also remember when I was in acting class in the very beginning of my acting career, I remember they told me to get on stage and act like I was a chicken. Like, bok, 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 like in the middle of class in front of everybody. And I'm sitting in the stands like, I ain't doing this shit, what are you talking about? I was literally like this. Like, yo, I'm too cool for this. I'm not doing this. Then, for some reason, I did it. Like, I don't know, maybe like down the road or something like that. And I would go to class, and then I'd be like a chicken one day, and then like mooing like a cow, and then like rolling around like a worm or something, or whatever. We were doing like these weird things. And apparently that was an exercise that helps you get like warmed up in front of a big group of people and kind of comfortable with just being vulnerable. So I used to make fun of that exercise all the time until I kind of realized that is actually what helped me drop my ego and drop my pride and I'm too cool for this and stuff, and really helped me just be vulnerable in front of people and not really care what anybody thinks. And due to that acting class, I kind of carry that with me in the world. I really don't care what people think of me. I don't really care what people say to me. I literally just do what I want to do when I want to do it. I think that's a good quality to have. Stop worrying about what's going on around you and what people think and if they're judging you. Just do you. Who cares? Go out there and act a fool and live your life and have fun. I take that on set with me. I just go in there, have fun, don't care what anybody thinks and what they say, and if they're judging me, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm out here just having fun, doing me. So, drop the ego, drop the pride, don't be scared, don't have fear. Just really let go of everything. Just be free, be you. It's so freeing, I'll be honest with you, when you can just be you. And honestly, this business is not a place for a big ego. I've seen some really talented actors that have like really shitty egos and they just think they're this and that and stuff, and it really just takes away from them as a person, and it really takes away from the performance to where I'm like, don't care to watch that guy. And if this is a business, you kind of need me to watch you because that's how the business works. So guys, be free, live it up, have fun. Don't be scared in front of people. Don't fear what people are thinking. Go out there, act like an ass, have fun. Who cares? Just live your life. And the last thing that I want to touch on is winging it. This is very important because a lot of people just think you can just go out there and just say what's on the script. I see that all the time. I've actually been on set with people, and my scene partner, which a lot of times I don't really even know who they are. I've never met them. We just got on set. Maybe we run some lines together, whatever, but action's coming soon. So the director says action. This guy doesn't even know his lines. And I'm sitting there, I prepared. I know who my character is. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. I know all my lines. And boom, here we are. We're in the moment. Let's see what happens. Director says action. This guy's like, hey, can we get the lines? I totally forgot. And this is like over and over and over. By the time he gets the lines, I'm taking a nap. By the time he gets the lines, I already went home. By the time he gets the lines, I'm on set for a different show. I mean, by the time he gets the lines, I forgot what show I'm on. So be prepared. Seriously, those are the key things. Memorize your lines. Figure out your character and the characters that are in the scene with you, who they are, what they're doing. What am I doing and why am I doing what I'm doing? Answer simple questions about what you're doing. Honestly, it's going to help you so much. So when you get to set, you already have everything. You know everything. You don't have to force anything. You're just living in the moment. Whatever happens, happens. And I'm not going to predict it and I'm not trying to shape it. I'm not trying to do anything. I already have everything I need in my head. We're just going to run with it. And every take is going to be different because I'm not premeditating how this is going to go down. Every take is going to be different. Every take. And those of you that have been acting for a long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When the director says, hey, that was great, but give me something a little bit different. Okay, I don't know what's going to be different about it. I'm just going to do something. I'm just going to think of something. I'm going to improv something. Or whenever we do this take, I might give you a different attitude, a different tone, a different feel, a different vibe, anything. I'll just change it up however. I don't know how it's going to happen. So be prepared. Stop trying to wing it. I mean, the only time you should be winging anything is chicken. But it's so important to be prepared. When you're headed to set, when you're on set, and even when you're preparing for an audition, all of those things are important. You have to get your stuff together. And again, when we're in our preparation, we have to refrain from overthinking. Preparation and overthinking should never cross. Never. Prepare a little bit, make sure you're comfortable with it, and then go live in the moment. Stop doing all this extra stuff in 25 pages of notes on the character and backstories and all these things. Stop doing that. It doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. I promise you. Stop doing it. Focus on the things that are more important, like what the character is doing, why he's doing it. Those two things right there are like key. And really, no matter how prepared I am, I always bring my script to set with me. I'm always practicing, or if I'm on the way to set, or if I just got there, I might run my lines with my partner. So those are all things that you can use to be prepared as well. I really hope you guys found this video helpful today. Do not forget those 4 things. You got to either stop doing those 4 things, or you need to know in the beginning the 4 things not to do. And you can use these right now. I constantly have to remind myself about these all the time. But like I said in the beginning, this is a game changer. Because some of this stuff is what separates a good actor from a great actor. I hope you guys find this information helpful today. Please do not forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and like this video. All right, tell them bye.
Wait, me too.
Tell them bye, babe.
Bye.
All right, guys, thank you for watching episode 4. And I hope you found this video helpful. And we will see you next time. Say bye, Millie.
That's good.